All right, boys and girls, every now and then on the Dumb Marks podcast, we like to go to our resident married person, Steve, with his Parenting 101. I have no input here since I'm just a single guy. So, Steve, how's parenting going for you this week?
Well, so on this episode of Parenting 101, this will lead into some uncomfortable conversations you will have to have with your kids as they get older. So, yesterday, my wife and I are in the living room, and my 10-year-old daughter is sitting on a chair with us, and we're having conversations. And I forget what we were talking about, but one way or another, it led to my wife making a comment, and my daughter looks at me and goes, "Get your wife." And I go, "Get your mother." And she goes, "Get your wife." And I go, "No, get your mother." And she goes, "You've known her your whole life. Get your wife." And I go, "No, she's your mother. You get her." And she goes, "Like I said, you've known her your whole life. You should know the jizz of it right now." And I said, "Excuse me?" She said, "You should know the jizz of it by now." And my wife starts cracking up. And I'm like, "You mean just T? She goes, "Same difference." I'm like, no, it is not the same. It is not the same. You do not say jizz of it in anything at all. And she goes, "Whatever, it's the same. Jizz of it. No big deal, Daddy. What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Stop saying jizz. It's the gist. Get the gist of it. Jist! Exclamation point, capital 84 font, T, gist." She goes, "Whatever, I'm going upstairs," and proceeds to walk out of the room and leaves. I was not having that conversation with my 10-year-old daughter
No.
on the difference between jizz and gist. But just know that at some point in time, you will be called upon to have those uncomfortable conversations. And, my wife, no parenting backup at all, left me in the trenches taking grenades, as a Vince Vaughn line once was referenced in a very funny movie. So screw her for not having my back in parenting at that point in time. And I just calmly turned around, walked out of the room, and said to myself, my 10-year-old daughter just said, "You should know the jizz of it by now." And that, folks, is Parenting 101.